Hello and welcome back to more Versus Live. Ross Merriam, I'm Todd Anderson, and we're going to be keeping on. We've already done one match here in our modern wish list as Fantasylands. I wanted to call it It's a Wonderful Modern, right? Because George Bailey wants to test out these new cards from Modern Horizons and see if anything would be a little too good.
Your Jimmy Stewart is a lot better than mine.
Clarence, Clarence, I want to play with him to draw, Clarence. Today we are just testing out cards that we maybe wished or other people had wished would potentially be in Modern Horizons. Now, we only know two cards. We know Cabal Therapist, which is kind of a creature version play on the old card Cabal Therapy, which was dominant in Dredge decks, but in more recent times in Modern, it's been paired alongside Young Pyromancer to be this really potent form of disruption to knock off combo decks. And this version, I think, is a little more degenerate. Like, it feels like it fits more into degenerate decks than Cabal Therapy does.
Yeah, because of the... does it, though?
I mean, you're wanting to play it in decks that are just not really playing fair, but I mean, they're doing a graveyard-centric thing, right? Either using it with Narcomoeba, or you're using it with Bridge from Below, or you're using it with a bunch of like graveyardy, tokeny type things.
But the fact that it's a much slower effect than Cabal Therapy means that you're probably playing it in a deck that wants to play a longer game.
Yeah,
Cabal Therapy is seeing a lot of playing Dredge and Storm. Decks that are ending the game on turn 2 and 3. That's not what this deck is doing.
Sure. And my implication was more so the fact that you're trying to abuse the recursive nature of the ability and just continually stripping your opponent of any real way to interact with you, which I think is pretty cool, but it is a little slower, so it does encourage playing Magic for more overall turns. So I'm curious to see just how good that card actually is. Now, that's not the only card that you are playing, though. What other card do you wish was in Modern?
Yeah, so the other card that this deck is built around is Goblin Bombardment. For those of you that have been following the SEG Tour for a long time now, you might recall a deck that Sam Black built and pioneered, took to a Grand Prix top 8, I believe, in Legacy, that was built around Goblin Bombardment and Carrion Feeder as sacrifice outlets. It was this like Faithless Looting, Lingering Souls, tokeny deck that had all these different graveyard synergies, was really heavy disruption with Cabal Therapy, Thoughtseize, and Tidehollow Scholar. I've paired some of the discard down because in Modern I want a little bit more creature removal. We got Fatal Push, Tragic Slip, and then I've sort of without the presence of Carrion Feeder, needed more sacrifice outlets, so we have Cabal Therapist, but I've also merged it a little bit with the old Bridgevine decks that we saw last year be a sort of flash in the pan for about a month. So we have Stitcher Supplier, which is critical to be an extra zombie for Gravecrawler. It also plays really well with the deck because you have so many cards you want to put in the graveyard. A bunch of flashback cards, Bloodghast, Gravecrawlers, Bridge from Belows, and Bridge plays well with these sacrifice outlets. So there's a lot of value here. We can run the board over with zombies. We can overwhelm with Lingering Souls with a bunch of tokens. We can tear their hand apart with Cabal Therapist. We've got good efficient removal. So there's a lot going on with this deck, and it's really fun. And then Goblin Bombardment can sometimes just combo them out.
Yeah, and especially when you start to pair it up with Blood Artist or other effects like that, where every creature the sacrifice starts shooting your opponent. And when you pair that with Bridge from Below, any Bloodghast you sacrifice creates a token, and
comes back when you fetch.
Right, and it becomes like this more of like an avalanche as opposed to just like a bad snowstorm. And the things I like about the deck is that it's very synergistic, and if people are able to break up the synergies of the deck, if they play Rest in Peace, or if they even just like Pith Needle on Goblin Bombardment, your deck loses a lot of its strength, and I think that is indicative of a type of like combination style strategy or a synergy driven strategy that's okay for Modern. I think Goblin Bombardment itself is not too good. I think that what's the other card? Oh, yeah. Cabal Therapist. We already know that it's going to be in the set. It was previewed last week, Cassius Marsh, as well as Matthew Nass on the Magic Home channel on Twitch.
Yeah.
And the card looks really cool, and I'm very interested to see how it plays, not only in this deck, but just in Modern in general. Excuse me. Now, with that said, what I'm going to be trying out is a fair deck that revolves around Shardless Agent. Now, the Cascade mechanic notoriously in Modern is not a fair thing. People do it with Living End, sometimes Restore Balance. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink of water.
Sometimes both. Right. So, the fairest thing we've seen with Cascade in Modern is Bloodward Elf, which at one point was banned, has now been sort of outpaced by the rest of the format.
I will say this. Bloodbraid Elf was banned for Deathrite Shaman's sins.
Yep.
And I think that everyone really knows at this point the Bloodbraid Elf was banned because they wanted to keep Jund as one of the top decks without just completely killing it. And if they had banned Deathrite Shaman, the brand new flashy card, they would have had to immediately say, well, okay, we messed up, right? Eventually, they're like, okay, we did mess up, but you got to play with it for like a year. So it was okay. Now, we're at a spot where I think Cascade creatures, like Bloodbraid Elf is a little expensive. I actually don't think it's that good in Jund. I think that it's one of the weaker plays because it costs 4 mana, and you need to make sure that you can function off of 2 and 3 mana pretty easily. And I think Liliana the Veil encourages you to empty your hand quickly, and Bloodbraid Elf occasionally gets stuck in your hand, and then you end up having to discard it to the +1s of Liliana as the game progresses. I think Shardless Agent, you could pair it with some really cool stuff, and but I'm trying it in a Temur shell. I think that I don't think Hymn to Tark's ever going to see the light of day in Modern. I'll be frank with you, but with Shardless Agent, I didn't want to have it in a Sultai version of the deck that I played in the last video, because I do think Shardless Agent is okay to print for Modern. I think that, yes, it gives those Cascade decks an extra Cascade card, but it doesn't really fit in the color combination. There's a black-red one, there's a blue-white one, now there's a green-blue one if this one comes in, and then there's a green-red one. So it could pair and make a Temur version of any of those decks, but those decks already have plenty of ways and plenty of mana fixing to basically just do whatever they're trying to do anyway. And now with the Electro Dominance, same thing. Like, it's just more redundancy and not really giving the deck a different angle of attack. So all the same kind of stuff beats it. And Shardless Agent, I think, would be a wonderful addition to a lot of fair decks in Modern. And that, to me, is always what I'm looking for when trying to add a card to the format. Is it good for fair decks? And is it too good for fair decks? But I don't think Shardless Agent is too good for fair decks, and I don't think it really gives those Cascade decks an extra thing they don't already really have.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't move the needle for them because there's diminishing returns on redundant copies of the same effect. We think of Cascade mostly as a result of these decks as enablers for broken combo strategies, but it really is a good tempo play. You're getting a 3 mana, you're getting another spell out of it. You're usually getting a 1 or 2 mana spell, so you've effectively paid like an extra mana or 2 to get this free 2/2 body. And you're also up a card, and if you hit something like Tarmogoyf, if you have 2 bodies on the battlefield, you're getting ahead there. So it fits really nicely in a deck like this. Sometimes against a control deck, you'll just hit a cantrip or whatever, and you'll draw an extra card. You're fine playing a card like that.
Yep.
You don't have Ancestral Vision to go nutso with it.
Yeah, I do.
You do. Awesome.
Yeah, you don't have Brainstorm to combo with it, so I didn't want to go super hard on it, because like suspending Ancestral Visions in a deck that doesn't have counter spells or discard spells means that you're kind of like hanging low there, and I think this deck really functions well when the format is not degenerate. I think this is a good deck to play when everyone's kind of doing fair stuff, and we're going to see today if the disruption package that I do have is actually good enough to interact with you, because I don't think it is.
Okay.
I'm in a lot of trouble. But yeah, if you have any questions, make sure to hit SEG Tour in the chat. We're also doing this thing today, and we'll be doing it all for the rest of the day in the next video as well. Where if you have a card specifically you want to know if we think is okay for Modern, just ask Taylor. Add SEG Tour in the chat, and he'll be asking them as we play. But we've talked for long enough. You had to wait 10 minutes, so let's just draw opening hand. See if.
Yep. I'll be on the play after losing match 1. And ooh.
Yikes.
Yep, I agree. This is a yikes. Don't think I can keep a 5-lander.
What about a 1-lander with the Stomping Ground
Just
and
chuck
Ancestral Vision?
Nice combo.
All right.
Okay,
well, we're taking a mulligan. Let's take a few cards while we're hitting the mulligan button.
Well, I have a question for you. I thought over the break.
All right.
Okay.
Do you think Modern Horizons will give Wizards like a chance to, how do you say, fix cards? So let's say, is this a gateway to ban cards but also introduced a fixed version?
That's actually really smart. I never really thought about that, but yeah. I mean, if, like, for example, like Ancient Stirrings, I think is on the cusp. Mox Opal is in a league of its own. I think that card is far and away like a relic of Modern's past, where I don't think that it should exist, but it does enable basically every single artifact deck, and I think all those decks take a huge hit, and there's enough of them that they're diverse enough that I don't know. Honestly, I think Mox Opal is better than Lotus Petal. And I think Lotus Petal is too good for Modern.
Yeah.
So
are you thinking they're going to like ban Faithless Looting and reprint Careful Study? Give us that one.
That would be cool.
Something like that, or like ban Faithless Looting and print Faithless Looter, and it's just like a fixed version. Kind of like what they're doing with Cabal Therapist.
The thing with that is, I don't think they want to ban anything. I think they want to inject new cards and hope that balances everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they wouldn't want to give us this like redundant card effect. Maybe they do because it fits with limited in the set or something like that. And eventually, like if they have to ban it, yeah, in limited cases, I could kind of see something like that working, but I'm skeptical.
Right.
This 6 is significantly better, so.
Mine is pretty good for 6. Let's take a peek. It is a Tarmogoyf. We're going to keep that one.
I will go to 18. I guess I was thinking that once I scryed the land at the bottom, it's better to leave it there before I supply her, but if I just fetch a land out, then that's even better. And if I somehow milled both my Blood Crypts, that would be a disaster.
Yep.
So I'll just
17.
Yeah, I'll just fetch to 17 and mill over 3 cards.
All right, we're going to suspend Ancestral. Your turn. It is a fine play in the deck if the game goes long enough on the first turn. We're usually just trying to do it with a Shardless Agent and get lucky, though. I actually don't, without brainstorming the format, I'm not even sure that Ancestral Vision should be in the deck with Shardless Agent, even though a lot of people think that, whoa, no, that's bad. A lot of people thought that the reason why Bloodbraid Elf was banned for so long was because of Ancestral Vision. Yeah, so game 1, I can't win. I just want everyone to know.
Call Therapist.
Oh, no.
Play this land tapped, return Bloodghast, attack for 1.
Okay.
You're 19. You can go.
Sure am.
We are ready to go.
Sure am at 19.
And that's the card that's confirmed. No speculation at all.
The pumps have been primed.
Nothing Ross has done yet is not illegal.
Yeah.
Or sorry, nothing Ross has done yet is illegal, just so everyone is aware.
Everything I've done will be legal in time.
Yeah.
Are you going to 18 or 16?
18. We'll get a Tarmogoyf die. Ship it over here. For me. Ross will grab it.
We got a 2-3 right now.
Yeah. No, we need the big Tarmogoyf die. It's between the two things.
Branding appreciates you,
turn.
though.
Yep. Okay, so I draw for my turn. Now we go to the beginning of the pre-combat main phase, where I will sacrifice this Stitcher's Supplier. So I'm going to put the bridge trigger on the stack and then the mill 3. I guess that doesn't really make a difference.
It doesn't. It's not like... do you have the 1-mana dude in there? The Menace one that sacks and does a thing?
Insolent Neonate?
Yeah.
No,
Maybe
and that's an oversight. That should probably be in the deck.
Yeah. Look, it's too many cool things going on. All right, so you mill first, and I am targeted. All right, and now you will name, and you get a zombie. You use Parnell.
You get a new Parnell.
Yeah, and these are, of course, our new, what's it called? Personality collection. The commander guys, as well as director Kyle, all got new tokens, including Justin Parnell, who is one of the golden zombies from Theros blog.
You can get those with orders $20 or more.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I'm not sure what's in Todd's deck.
Well, you saw Spirebluff Canal, Tarmogoyf, and Ancestral Visions. If you know who I am as a person...
I'll just name Shardless Agent.
Come on! Let me do my cool thing.
Okay. You got a Thought Scour.
Son of a gun.
I'm not sure which of these I want to do. I guess
push. Okay, now Tarmogoyf's gigantic now. Artifact,
creature, instant, land, enchantment.
5/6.
Yeah, so we don't have sorcery, planeswalker,
Can you
tribal.
put the dice up just a little further? Thank you.
So, if I want to play this one, I have to do it pre-combat, but I don't think I do. I think I will just attack for 3. Cabal Therapist has Menace, so that's not going to get blocked by Tarmogoyf.
Yeah,
and I doubt Todd is going to be blocking this Bloodghast.
All right, so I'm at 15.
Yep.
And you have 2 bridges, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll cast a Lingering Souls. Get some spirits.
We probably should have paired this matchup differently. This is
You got a sideboard.
Yeah, but then the games are all going to be about the sideboard. But I think that's okay. I think that just proves that Ross's deck is just bananas against fair decks, which is great. Okay. Draw.
I'm in love.
Okay. All right. Okay. Deck for 5.
I think I'm going to take over this game eventually,
Yep.
so I might as well just block.
All right. Your go, I guess.
Okay, go to my draw step.
Yep.
Trigger Cabal Therapist.
Oh, wait. No. Sorry.
Oh.
Upkeep, I have to just kill this,
Okay.
I think. Oh, no, you still get 2. I quit. This is... I can't.
Upkeep, you kill this. I got 2 zombies, and...
Okay, let's play more games as opposed to more of this game. How about that? You win. Your deck is very cool. He didn't even draw a Goblin Bombardment.
More Faithless Looting.
Everything he did in that game was 100% modern legal once Cabal Therapist comes out. Just so you know. Even if Faithless Looting gets banned, that was 100% okay. All right, we're going to take a short break here. We're just going to get sideboards set up and everything, where I'm going to have a bit more interaction. We'll see if Ross can handle said interaction, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here for sideboarding, and in this particular matchup, I think Game 1 is very indicative of the types of things that's going to happen if Ross gets to play this deck or build this deck in Modern against a fair strategy that's kind of playing like these Tarmogoyfs or Planeswalkers or spot removal. Like Ross is going to just run them over because not only does he have like good disruption with Cabal Therapist and potentially like some Inquisitions, Kozileks, however you want to build it. He also just has like some cheap removal to kill any threat that I apply pressure to. And having Bridge from Below in his deck in Game 1 specifically means a lot of my spot removal just doesn't do anything. So in a lot of spots, like I'm basically just beat on every front. We saw that game. I went to Suspend Ancestral Vision in the turn 2 Tarmogoyf. And neither of those things are just like, overpowered, but they're both still fine cards in Modern. Yeah. And Ross went, Stitcher Supplier, hitting perfects, Cabal Therapist, Bloodghast into like Lingering Souls, and I was just dead. There was no way, I had no way out. And I think that is indicative of the types of things that's going to happen. And one of the draws to playing a deck that Ross is playing, the same reason why someone would play like a deck like Black-White Tokens, for example, in a format where everyone's trying to play like Path to Exile and Lightning Bolt. Like, you try to invalidate spot removal however you want to do it, right? After sideboard, though, things change significantly. I get some Surgical Extractions to kind of strip him of one of his graveyard-related interactions, but Surgical Extraction in this matchup is not nearly as good as something like Leyline of the Void or Recipes, because Ross is actually hitting me on like 6 different types of graveyard interaction, whether it's Flashback, things like Bloodghast coming back, and Surgical is not where it's at, but it's okay, and I need something.
Bloodghast can be tough to hit with a Surgical against fetch lands.
Right.
Is another issue, but you got the Angers to cover a lot of stuff. Those are going to be the real heavy hitters.
Right, but if you play a Goblin Bombardment or suspend one of your Graded Gargadons, something like Anger of the Gods, you're going to have protection from it. You're going to be able to sacrifice all of your stuff, and as opposed to getting it exiled. And a lot of your creatures have that recursive nature from the graveyard. So we may see Anger of the Gods invalidated just because of the Goblin Bombardments that we're wanting to try out today, and I think that's really cool. Same way with Magma Spray.
I used to sideboard Greater Gargadon in Dredge when Anger was a really popular.
Hell, we used to main deck it in Dredge.
Yeah, we main decked it that first week. Our listeners.
I liked it, but whatever.
I continued sideboarding it.
Oh, you didn't talk about your sideboard at all. Why did you side out Bridge from Below?
So I want to bring in more interaction because I think Todd having some hate cards with a Tarmogoyf is one of the easiest ways to lose, and the interaction makes Bridge worse. I also think Bridge is the card that has the lowest floor in the deck. If I don't get all the synergies working, then Bridge might just do nothing or might get exiled before I can do something. And this matchup is really good, so I just want to take out my lowest floor cards because those are the cards that are going to cause me to lose games, even if they're the cards that are the most powerful in the deck.
Yeah.
If my deck just gets to do 80% of what it's doing of its best draws 95% of the time, like you're going to win every match.
Yeah. I think that it's just extremely common in Modern for decks that are hyper focused around one type of thing, like the graveyard or spell base or whatever. It's important to just set back a little bit on that after sideboard and become a little more interactive, or at least prepare yourself to get hit with a lot more interaction.
And then Bitter Blossom is another threat that lets you play without the graveyard and still get some of the synergies going with Goblin Bombardment and Blood Artist and whatnot.
Yeah. All right, Taylor, hit us with some of them.
Containment Priest.
Containment Priest, A+. Give me that. Although it would be a really interesting thing to see, because I think that Containment Priest would actually encourage Dredge to be built way differently so that they just will go back to Bridge from Below because tokens are unaffected by it. And so you're going to see more things like Insolent Neonate plus Bridge from Below. You might even just see a bunch more Bridge from Below decks that just play a bunch of 0-mana creatures.
You might see this deck.
You might also just see this deck. Yeah. That would be cool.
Containment Priest still seems really good against these decks, but I think that's a really good sideboard card of the format. It also goes nicely against like Aether Vial decks. Right. I could see like the deck Jim Davis played at the Invitational, Loxobots. Imagine like that deck with Containment Priest in it. Huh? I don't think you like Loxobots, do you?
I do not like Loxobots.
Man, you gotta.
Okay,
I love me some Loxobots.
Okay. Containment Priest, I think it's great. All right, next.
This one came up a lot. Psychotog? Am I familiar?
Sure.
Ooh.
It's not even good.
Dr. Teeth and I are intimately familiar. It's not even good?
I do not think that card would see play. Put it in the set.
All right, so there's a lot of people asking about cards like Palace Jailer and all that.
No, keep the Monarch crap out of it.
I want.
No thanks.
Let's
personally.
not bring the Monarchy.
It's just like a whole mechanic that if you do it, you have to make a lot of the set revolve around the Monarch, and I just don't want to do that, like for limited purposes specifically. And I just think that's just silly. I actually despise the fact that cards are seeing play in Legacy that get Monarch triggers, and because their abilities don't even matter. Like the other stuff on the cards doesn't matter. It's literally just, hey, I get to draw an extra card every turn. There's plenty of ways you can do that. All right, keep going with them while I'm just doing
absolutely.
this stuff.
Stifle.
Stifle. Too good. I think too good.
It's also just annoying.
Right. Yeah. If I don't draw a land next turn, I'm literally just gonna loot until I find a land. Because I see Visions. I need land really bad to play Magic this game.
Goblin Sharpshooter.
As long as they have Goblin Ringleader, I actually don't think any of the goblins are that bad except for Recruiter. And Recruiter has been banned in Legacy for a long time, but. I'm at 17, Raza 18. Keep them coming. Land. Land. All right. Let's reset. I kept a one-lander with a Seer Vision and missed. This game doesn't count. I was afraid that this might happen, but if I just draw a land at any point there, my hand is insanely good.
Those one-land Visions hands you just always keep.
Hey, and that's the cool thing. Whenever this was not live, we just cut those games out.
Yeah.
Because they're not fun to watch. And I would 100% keep that hand in a tournament. And I would lose, and everyone would be like, haha, that dummy. But now it's like, this doesn't count. Let's start over. It's play testing. All right, another card. Goblin Sharpshooter is great. Gimme.
I'm trying to give myself an edit point. All right.
No, you can leave it in the YouTube video. That's fine.
Don't give us Swords to Plowshares.
Don't give us Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, sure.
Smokestack.
Card's unplayable.
It's unplayable, and also if it's not unplayable, that's also heinous.
Not only is it unplayable, it has literally always been unplayable. Every single deck that used to play Smokestack, if you just cut those for 4 Juggernauts, your deck got better. Hot take. Just play 4 Juggernauts and kill them. Every single shop deck that's ever been good has been more aggressive.
All right, hit us.
Ancient Tomb. City of Traders, stuff like that.
No, whoever asked that, time them out.
It
Mods,
was forever ago.
time them out. 10-minute break for you.
Is deep analysis not modern?
It is not, and I think deep analysis is fantastic, and I would love to have it.
I think that would be good.
It takes a lot of work to make deep analysis truly great.
I could discard that to Faithless Looting, and then when they Inquisition me, I just get to deep analysis them.
Yeah, but that's more of a call for strength of Faithless Looting and not deep analysis. So I'm never going to fault a card like deep analysis when Faithless Looting is the problem, and I don't think the deep analysis it's overpowered, and I actually think it would be just fine.
This card was brought up with the idea of maybe
for now.
alternate type card, Dark Depths.
No. No. Just no. No.
No.
One that was on the ban list, so like it's.
I mean, they're asking like what if there was a creature version or something?
Oh, like a fixed like.
Okay,
Yeah.
how about this? How about a 3 mana 0/1, and if it attacks and is unblocked, you make a 20/20 merit Lage.
We already have a fixed version of Dark Depths. It's called Thing in the Ice. It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Oh yeah, it's
True
definitely
Name
a fixed
Nemesis comes
version.
up a lot.
No. Okay, first of all, if you don't play Legacy, you have no idea what happened when they printed True Name Nemesis because it ruined Legacy for like 6 months. It literally just turned the like kind of sweet interactive like Stoneforge Mirrors or Stoneforge versus Delver matchup. It turned that into just whether or not some person casts a True Name Nemesis. The game just completely changed. Like nothing else mattered, and I think, and the fact that it just discourages interaction, it's heinous.
It also made a bunch of people start playing a lot more -1/-1 effects, which killed all my elves.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it.
Like, no.
Cares Gita, I couldn't block and bounce wire with Symbiote.
Oh yeah, I mean, here's the thing: if it was made in a Commander product, I want to say that it was made in a Commander product, and I would love for you to show me one human being that put True Name Nemesis in their Commander deck. Just show me one, and if you show me one, you can put it in Modern Horizons as much as you want. That's fine. That card should never have seen print. 17.
Get it out of here.
I'm mad. Whew, I'm mad.
My hand's not great, but I'm gonna keep.
Back to basics.
I actually put that on a list yesterday, and I think it's fine if Blood Moon is fine personally, but I also don't think it should see play or see print because I hate Blood Moon. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
Just make cards that are fun. Stop
Yeah,
making
people are
cards that
just
are
screaming
unfun.
tier 1 cards now.
All right, I'm at 17. Serum Visions.
Yep.
Draw me a card. Top 2. We got an Ancestral. Oh, we're so close to being able to do Ancestral Shardless Agent.
Need a 1 card further down.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, both on the bottom.
You should have put a Jace in your deck.
Your turn. Should have put Jason in my deck. I got 2 in my sideboard.
Okay. Well, I got Black Lucas, Suspend Gargadon.
Look, there's probably a Soul Tie version, right, that can play Shardless Agent and Jason Mind Sculptor. That's fine.
Just a little peek behind the scenes for everyone. I called this deck without even looking at the mana base, just Sultai Shardless. I just saw Shardless Agent. I was like, oh yeah, it's Sultai, of course.
What else would it be? It's Todd. Come on.
Yeah, have
Taylor.
you met me?
Yeah.
Your turn.
Upkeep. Down to 9.
All right.
Ugh, these were not good draw steps.
Good.
Pass the turn.
All right, go to 14. I'm going to Thought Scour myself. I hit my island. Otherwise, I would have.
I should just play the other Black Lucas here.
I hit my island. Otherwise, I would have just fetched island. Oh, no, I'd probably. Yeah, because I have the Stomping Ground.
So you're at 14 right now?
Yeah, I'm just dealing myself quadrillions of damage.
It's a lot. You know you only start with 20 life.
I'm sorry. Ooh, Mr. Hoots Magoots over here.
Ooh.
Hootie and the Mandrills.
Yeah. All right, 12. Getting down. Your turn. Shardless Agent's a little bit worse after sideboard here. Oh, great. Yeah, nice one. Cool.
Go. Actually, I should sack this and then play the land.
Yeah.
So, sack here, play land, return.
Oh, no, if you're going to do that, I'm going to surgical them. So, I'm going to go to 10. And they're all gone. You got any in hand? Whew. That's a lot of things. You know, you do it. I don't care. Okay? I'm just going to take my turn.
Yep.
Pretty sure I already drew a card.
Yep. Getting a little sloppy here.
Yeah.
Let's tighten back up.
Yeah, how about you tighten it up? Because I'm playing great. Hit you for 2.
I'm at 18.
All right.
This is good. I didn't want to hold on to my hand anyway.
What do you mean?
I get to just put my hand on the table now that you surgicaled me.
Oh, okay. All right, let's try again.
Ooh.
Okay, we'll do a real one now. Ooh, nice.
Bounce the other one? Bounce the other one? No?
I'm on the bottom. Play Spire Bluff Canal. So maybe Shardless Agent not the best in this deck, okay? Maybe we made a mistake.
So 18 to 10.
This is why we play this, so we can test.
Yeah. We're just testing it out. And in this scenario, Shardless Agent is perfectly fine for Modern. Because I'm a big stupid. Oh, crap. Okay. Great. Hey.
I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Make some ferrets.
Okay.
Hello, Jadine.
Yay.
Jadine.
Hold on.
Okay.
Got a Cabal Therapist, too.
Yikes, spikes.
You can go.
All right, draw step. Ooh, Ancestral off the top. Nice. God, my deck is bad. Whew, baby, this is bad. All of it. It's all not good. It's just all bad. All of it, every last centimeter.
I will go to 14.
All right. I'm going to bolt this.
Sack it to Gargadon.
Yep, your turn.
Upkeep goes to 4.
Yep. Inside your draw step.
Yeah.
Snapcaster Surgical on Lingering Souls, and I'm going to go to 8.
Huh. Guess it's probably not a good thing I drew a third Lingering Souls this turn.
Well, that's why I waited till the draw step.
Reggie.
Oh, but you have Fatal Push, and you can just kill my blocker and then Gargadon me to death. So you win.
Do you not have Vapor Snag?
No, I don't have Vapor Snag.
That's good, because I'm definitely going to go for it.
Yeah, because I'm at 8, and I'm dead.
So I push Todd saying, sack the 2 spirits.
Sack your 2 lands.
Well, I have to sack 4 things total.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I'm going to float a red,
Whatever.
get this thing,
That's
flashback
fine.
looting.
I'm dead. Whatever. We're going to play another one, okay?
Another one.
Another one. So, the idea behind this deck, when I was building it, and it's not really doing well, right? Was that Shardless Agent kind of functions like another Snapcaster Mage. For 3 mana, you usually get a nominal effect, whether that's Serum Vision, Thought Scour, Lightning Bolt. But I had 4 Vapor Snags in my deck, too, because I thought, alongside Tarmogoyf, there's a chance that I need like a way to protect my creatures from removal spells. Like I could bounce my Shardless Agent or bounce my Snapcaster Mage if they were going to try to kill it. Alternatively, I could just turn the corner, bounce 1 or 2 of their creatures, deal them a couple points of damage, and then attack with a bunch of mishmash of 2-power stuff or a Tarmogoyf and get the job done. In actuality, you cast a Shardless Agent, and you have hits in your deck that don't do anything, and you lose. Good day, sir. It's like the reason why Lightning Bolt was so good in the Jund deck sideboard whenever they were playing Bloodbraid Elf was because Bloodbraid Elf and the Lightning Bolt, you just target the player if they have no creatures to target. Hitting a Terminate was always awful unless your opponent had Tarmogoyf of their own. In this scenario, we saw Magus Ray, no target. Maybe I do it differently. Don't lose that game, but probably losing that game. All right, hand's fine.
I will keep as well.
All right, Serum Visions.
Yep.
Top 2. Keep both. Go.
That's interesting. I will fetch for a Blood Crypt and play Supplier.
Okay.
So I'm at 17. Blood Crypt down.
I want to point out, Ross has not drawn Goblin Bombardment yet, and he has clowned me.
Yeah.
Just embarrassed me. You've only drawn 1 Faithless Looting.
Man, Supplier's good in this deck. 17.
It is.
You can go.
Quite good. Your turn.
Draw. Good.
Yep.
Spend Gargadon.
Sure.
Faithless Looting.
Sure.
Discard. Lingering Souls, Verdant Catacombs. Attack for 1.
19.
Pass the turn.
I go to 17. I'm going to hit your souls.
Yeah.
I'll do this before I do anything else. Actually, I should probably Shardless Agent first because if I might actually just hit a surgical extraction.
Yeah.
All right, so let's Hooting, Anger, Ancestral. Nice. Hey.
Hey, we did it.
Hey, Dex Working as intended. All right, draw 3.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna surgical you now. All right, so I'm at 17. Or sorry, I'm at 15. I shocked as well.
Okay. My hand is not good.
Did I hit one out of your hand?
No.
Okay.
My hand just has 3 lands in it.
Cool. I'm done after that, I guess. You're gonna get the flashback surge or faithful suit now.
I think I'll probably just send a Plank Supplier. Trying to
The
hit
chat's
some...
rooting for you, Todd. He actually.
Dude, I'm rooting for me too, honestly. Sometimes things don't work out when you build a new deck. You know, when we build quite a few new decks here, and I think I'm having a pretty good hit rate recently.
Sack Supplier to Gargadon. Mill 3.
Yeah. See, the therapist, a land, and a.
I guess I should have played this one first in case of another surgical, but
It's fine. I don't have it. It's fine.
yeah. Play it at the other supplier.
There's a blood gas. Nice.
Play this, return Bloodghast.
Yep. Then Hardcast Gravecrawler, thanks to the zombie of Stitches.
Oh, I guess I should, before I play a land, hold on.
Oh my god.
I should sack. Oh no,
You need the zombie.
So I need to play Gravecrawler. Now I have a zombie. Now I can sack this one.
Yes. If you had another blood gas, you get to bring both back.
Yeah.
Right.
I did not.
Now you play the land. Now you get back a blood gas. You can
Play
also
this land, return this Bloodghast, and suspend another Gargadon.
Okay. My turn.
Yes.
Now neither of your creatures can block. Ha ha. Got him. Ladies and gentlemen,
We got it.
we got him.
We're going to Mamba number 5
Serum
for a
Visions.
second.
No.
Sack that to this one.
Yeah, time for 2.
I'm at 15.
I'm also 15. Your turn. And of course, the Magnifride doesn't exile it because of the Gargadon sacrificing it instead. So you can bring back Gargadon this turn. It would require sacrificing quite a bunch of stuff, but you should start with a flashback looting.
Yep, definitely starting there.
What about Gush?
Shut up.
Okay.
Just get out. You're fired. Where's Rob? Just kidding. No, Gush is way too good, and whoever suggested that, come on. Come on. Look, I'm not saying you're dumb, but come on. What do you... Okay, so sack 2.
This is in my hand.
Yeah, I know.
We have 15 all.
Yeah.
I think I want to wait one more turn on these, so let's attack.
13.
And because of that, I don't think I want to play this land,
Okay.
so I'll pass.
Untap. Draw for turn.
I think cutting bridge might have been bad.
I agree.
11.
When you cut bridge, in my head, I was just like, this dude don't know what he's talking about. Here we go.
How big is that thing? We got land,
Quite
sorcery, creature, enchantment, instant.
So 5, 6.
Yeah.
What's the enchantment? Oh, bombardment.
Bombardment.
Still,
People keep asking about land tax and scroll rack.
you forgot to take these down.
No, I
Or
did.
I'm pretty sure this was at 4 last time, but maybe
No.
not. Land tax and scroll rack? I don't think land tax would be too good. I think if you combine it with scroll rack, that might be too good.
Gravecrawler.
The fact that there's cloud posts, not cloud posts, field posts. What are the ones
Border
that work
post?
with border posts? Yeah, border posts actually work super good with land tax, so that might actually be a cool little interaction.
So sack down to 3. Turn Bloodghast.
Sure.
Am I going to get snap surgical here? I think I'm okay with that. Sack down to 2.
Okay.
Crack fetch, I'm at 10.
Thinking.
Yep. You can do whatever you want in response to the blood gas trigger anyway.
I mean, I have it. I don't know if I actually even care. Okay. 12.
So 10 to 12.
I go 10.
10 all.
I need more basics. I need another island in this deck, I think. I would love to get a second island in a lot of these spots. I'm gonna snap Surgical Bloodgust.
Brings you to 8.
Yep.
I have Bombardment Shrine in hand.
That's pretty good.
I thought so.
Pretty sure I'm just gonna kill you though.
Why? You have Vapor Snake?
No, but I have Bolt, Snap, Bolt, and a bunch of power in play, and you have 2 blockers, and you can't attack. So just chump with Snapcaster Mage. Response. I didn't care about that. Whatever. Sure. Guess now I can just block and bolt Greater Gargadon.
Okay. So I need to sacrifice a Gravecrawler to deal 1 to Snapcaster Mage.
Sack 2 lands.
Sack 2 lands to bring back this Gargadon and attack.
Okay.
Force the chump block from that thing, and then pass the turn. Then
I'll bolt it before.
Oh yeah, so I don't
damage.
get.
So
I don't
you don't get to sacrifice it.
What was this on? 9, right?
8. It was
8.
on 8, so it's still on 8.
8.
Okay, so I'm at 8. You're at 11, right?
I'm at 10.
You're at 10.
Yeah.
8 to
Okay.
10.
Pass.
Okay. Draw.
Yeah. If I just have 4 bridges instead of 4 removal spells, I win this game very easily. I think. I mean, I definitely force a Surgical on one of those, then I have Bloodghast going still. Maybe not, though. Surgical is still quite good.
All right, hit you 6.
Yep. Be nice to have, like, Gurmag Angler just have a blocker. It's also a zombie.
Yeah. I'm going to scour myself, because if I had a bolt, I just get to go bolt, snap, bolt. All right, I'll just play a 1 mana 4/4 and say go. 3, 4, 5.
Okay, play this Gravecrawler.
Oh, I guess I should. Okay, whatever. I could have killed your Gravecrawler. I just forgot that the.
Do you want to do that?
Kind of, because you can just go back and forth with them. I think.
Yeah.
I'll just snap Magma Spray, but you'll just sacrifice.
I'm going to sack up Bombardment to kill the Snap, though.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So that'll put this on 6.
That's untapped.
Yeah, this is now on tap.
See, a lot of cool little interactions that you have to be cognizant of.
Yeah, I think I'm just short now. I don't think I can't looting into anything, obviously, and this Therapist doesn't do anything. I can't get this Gargadon into play.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm just dead. Yes.
All right.
Shouldn't have brought out Bridge.
Shouldn't have brought out Bridge, but I'll say this. Look, in this scenario, I literally had Magma Spray. I had Anger Forever. I had Surgical, right? The Surgicals were good against your 2 primary recurring threats, right? Your Lingering Souls are quite good against me normally, and your Blood Gas allow your Gargadons to do some really messed up stuff. Now, I think you need to leave in Bridge for a couple reasons, just because you took away a lot of the raw power of your deck, and you actually, by cutting the Bridge, you actually allowed Surgical to
Be even better.
beat you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that it's important to make sure that if you're gonna sideboard in removal spells, maybe you just side out like Gravecrawler, because Gravecrawler is like a lot worse than all your other ones.
Yeah, I probably just don't need the Bitter Blossoms, too. I could side out Blood Artist.
Bitter Blossom actually might just be a liability, because like I have to be the aggro deck in the matchup, and you're not really a control deck. You're just like the combo deck.
Yeah.
You know?
Blood Artist is another candidate to come out. There's only 2, but yeah, that or like Gravecrawler is probably the card to trim.
No, but I want to say Gargadon and Bombardment both acting as ways to protect yourself from exiling effects was a huge deal.
Yeah.
And I think that Goblin Bombardment might not be too strong on its own with its ability, but having that extra layer of protection on top of being able to do some really busted sacrifice stuff just seems really cool. And, even though I was able to steal that last game, my draw was really good. Like surgical, snap surgical. I had multiple ways. If you didn't have one of the sacrifice
blind hit the ancestral.
Forgot about that. Forgot about that one. That was quite good too. So I think. All right. So what is your verdict of Cabal Therapist? Is it you think it's really good? You think it's too good? You think it's just fine?
We didn't see a lot of it there. I think it's fine. I think without Goblin Bombardment, this deck would not be good enough. Although we didn't.
And you killed. All you did was kill Snapcaster Mage.
We played a weird, a weirdo matchup. I don't know if
All right. I mean, if you're playing against elves or whatever, Bombardment becomes nuts. If you play against an opposing,
maybe this deck's just actually is good in Modern if we just play 4 Gargadon and Viscera Seer or whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's a little more control-y-ish version of.
It's just a better version of the Bridgevine deck.
It's not better. I mean, it's different. Like the Bridgevine version deck is explosive. This deck is.
This deck gets to be explosive too.
Right, but you're not combo killing me with Bushwhacker.
Yeah, not turn 2ing you or whatever. Maybe you can play some Bushwhackers in this deck. I don't know.
I don't know either. But I mean, that's one of the cool things. Like when we were building the Dimir deck when I was building the Dimir deck and playing some last round. At one point I was just like, why doesn't this exist? Just Liliana the Veil, Gurmag, discard, blue spell, Snapcaster Mage. Does it have to be a Death Shadow deck? Because the only deck that plays a lot of those cards is Death Shadow, and I feel like this deck seems pretty good. Obviously, Baleful Strix and Hymn to Torok are insanely good, but just some of the draws featuring Gurmag Angler and Liliana the Last Hope and things like that just felt nice. And I don't know. So we're learning a lot as we go. Shardless Agent, I think, probably best in a deck that plays discard spells so that your interaction can be proactive and you can actually hit your interaction for combo-based decks and stuff off of the Shardless Agent on top of your busted hits with Ancestral or some of your removal hits. Maybe you just play Assassin's Trophy because if you hit that, you can just target a land. If your opponent has a special land in play, just change that out for a basic. I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff you can do with Shardless Agent. I was trying to put it in this tempo shell. This isn't really the type of matchup where it's going to shine. I'll say that. So.
Yeah, but I was pretty impressed with just the synergies going on here. I think Goblin Bombardment gives you this huge leg up against aggressive decks where you can just pick off a lot of their creatures against decks like humans or spirits, where they could normally tempo you out because you don't block very well. Mm-hmm. So if they just have a couple pieces of disruption to keep you from really exploding, but then Bombardment lets you sort of play that mid-range game back at them and start interacting yourself, and then you take over with your recursive threats.
Yeah.
So it does add a nice angle, and then obviously Therapist gives you a really nice angle against combo decks that are being completely non-interactive. Right. So, but honestly, I think I'm going to go home and just build a list of this deck with 4 Gargadon and 4 Insolent Neonate and see what we do.
Yeah, I mean, that looks sweet, and I do think Insolent Neonate could be quite good. So,
oh,
as far as Shardless Agent's concerned, this was not a good experimentation with it. I am curious to see how good or bad it could be in a different iteration of a Sultai deck or whatever. But that's going to do it for the second match. Do we have any cards you want to go over?
Argothian Enchantress was brought up.
Argothian Enchantress. No.
You would probably need both it and Presence and maybe Wild Growth. There's a lot of missing pieces from that deck that you would need to make it better in Modern, but maybe you don't. Maybe you don't need a ton of them. I don't know. I think that card's fine. A deck like that existing, I think, is fine. But that's another Shroud card that they probably wouldn't give us. They'd probably give us Enchantress's Presence before Argothian Enchantress. But I think either would be fine.
I hate that deck so much, though. I don't want it around.
Sure.
Caracas?
Caracas?
No.
Why not?
I mean, it's just not going to be in there.
It's not, because it's $1,000.
Yeah, but it would be fine or whatever. But they don't like weird lands like that. I don't think we're going to get Maze of Ith.
What about Karak Am? And it's just a creature has become the Caracas. It's a 1-mana 1/1. It's like a remnant of Kamigawa block or some crap.
We're pushing it. We got to get to our third match.
Yeah, we do. All right, we're going to take a short break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for more versus
nice ones.
Yeah, we do. It's going to be nice.